Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Guys, today we get to open the new Spider-Man figure from the last scene in the No Way Home movie. The new red and blue suit, deluxe version. As you can see, I have the base, the Diorama base, which is a beautiful, very small. I thought actually it was going to be bigger than this, guys. It's not bad, very detailed, but I thought it was going to be bigger, and it looked way bigger, at least for me, in the videos. So as you can see, guys, I have every single Spider-Man from the No Way Home figure, and the reason why I pulled them out was to compare the head sculpts. And as you can see, for those who have seen the new head sculpt already, they know that it's probably the best one yet. Also, guys, let's get right into it. But also remember that this is not going to be the only figure that we're going to get in this color. Remember that it's going to come out in the movie again. Therefore, they're going to reuse this material. They're going to reuse this figure. One way or another, they're going to reuse something from it. And like I said, most likely the suit. Because of the fact that all we saw on this suit was the end of the movie. And barely, right? It wasn't even like fully shown. It was barely shown. So it was a quick sneak peek at the suit. Like I said, it was very dark when they did show it. You couldn't really see much of it, but like I said, you're going to see it in the next movies. At least the next one until they end up upgrading it for the following movie. Remember, there's a new trilogy coming out with Tom Holland, and I feel like that's when they're going to start introducing the symbiote and the Venom and all that stuff. But look at this head sculpt, guys. This head sculpt is a 10 all day long. The best Tom Holland head sculpt to date right now. They're only going to get better. This has the rolling eyes, as you can see. One thing that, as soon as I put it on, I was like, this neck is kind of tall. It's kind of long for the figure. Again, that was my first reaction. And then you get used to it a little bit after the fact. You're like, all right, it's not that bad. It looks very thin, the neck, right? And as you can see, the other ones, the necks are covered. So I think maybe that was my initial reaction, like, oh, the neck post looks very long. But there it is, guys. The texture of the figure, this is nothing new. We've gotten this rubberized material before, right? This is cloth. We've gotten that plenty. The only difference here is obviously the color of the material. Nothing else is different. Maybe minor changes here and there, like the spider in the front and back. But same exact body as everything else. Very nicely articulated. Also, one thing that I noticed, guys, my sleeves didn't roll up at all during, my pictures or my posing. They do slide up, as you can see. But like I said, I was bending mine and they didn't roll up at all. So that could have been 100% user error on whoever took those pictures or made that video. I think it was Sideshow, if I'm not mistaken. So as you can see, guys, very nice suit. Again, it's all about the color and the head sculpt. That's it. It comes with your standard, billion webs. It comes with your standard, hold on, let me try to stand it up. It comes with your webs. It comes with your bunch of hands. And I'm going to show you guys the mask real quickly. So they use the exact same thing as the Amazing Spider-Man neck post, right? Which is this style of connector. And I don't mind it. It looks really good. Look how they did the entire head sculpt and the neck one piece. So it looks very clean. It looks very flush. So you could actually articulate the neck this way without, having a separate neck post sticking out of the head. So this is, I feel like, what they're going to continue doing, obviously, depending on the figure, right? This is an MMS. I'm yet to see anything like this on a VGM. So that's my point. I feel like this is going to be the new style. Even though, right, I had complaints with the Amazing Spider-Man. They're always kind of flimsy, kind of loose. When you snap it in, they come right out. This one actually snaps in and it stays snug, which is very nice to see and feel that it wasn't going to pop up. And it looks beautiful and very flush and clean. Let me show you guys very quickly. See, it's kind of tough to pull it off, which is good. You want that with the Amazing Spider-Man. It was kind of loose. So here it is, guys. So look how flush and clean that looks. Beautiful. You can barely see the seam where it connects. They did a great job with that. And then obviously you want to articulate it. Look at that. Beautiful. Very, very clean. Again, this is the best way to get any Spider-Man head, right? With this kind of connector. It looks beautiful. It looks more professional. Not that it's the best. I mean, obviously for me it's the best, but it just looks more clean, more professional. So that's why I like it. Right? That's why they've been doing that with Amazing Spider-Man. But that's it. Nobody else really, you know? So, like I said, the fact that they're doing this now with Tom is, you know, says a lot to me. So, stay tuned because it'll be most likely the new norm because that's how they're able to give you that flush look with the Spider-Man, as you can see. And then that thing's going to end up flying at some point. So, be ready, guys. And then let me show you guys a close-up of the head sculpt. So the head sculpt could be used on any figure, most likely, right? You remove the neck post, and there you go. I'm leaving it on this figure as is. And let me show you guys just a quick comparison of the original, not the original. Remember, this was the very first head sculpt that came out from No Way Home. Because the Black Spider-Man, the Black Spider suit was the first one. Look at that. Night and day. Look how amazing this one is. Look how young he looks here. Remember, at the end of the movie, he was more mature. Or at least they try to make him look more mature. And you can see it in the head sculpt. Right, now this one here looks like crap compared to this. Because look how much more advanced it looks. How much better it got. Amazing, right? Amazing. Even the hair. The hair. Look how much younger he looks here with his hair. And look how much more mature he looks here. So, beautiful job by Hot Toys, guys. This is why they're king. This is why they'll always be king. What can you really complain about this whole set? Like I said, I have no complaints whatsoever. And I'm going to get into the base with you guys very quickly. The Diorama base that came with the deluxe version. Very, very light. But as you can see, guys, look at all this detail here. The emergency ladder. Look at the chimney. Got a full-blown chimney there. Look at that. Just beautiful, beautiful. Again, smaller than I expected. Way smaller than I expected. But the detail is there all day long. This is where you'd put the pole for the stand, for the dynamic posing, that big metal bendable rod that they include with the figures. And look at that, guys. Obviously, I'm not going to use this base, but to have this is incredible. And again, to take pictures with it, very fun. Very fun. But again, it looks funky because it's kind of small to try to get him to do things. So you kind of have to use the posing pole, this one right here, the posing pole to take some shots and have him in a dynamic pose and stuff like that. Because if you just, like I had in the beginning of the video, if you just stand him there, just very blah, you know what I mean? He's just very boring and just very tall standing up. Sorry. Just very blah. Again, not terrible. It's just you have to, you know, you have to work on getting good poses and making the diorama look great. And as always, your standard little hands. These are like, they come with a bunch actually. He comes with a bunch. These are your fisted, which are the ones that I removed from him that he came with. And as you can see, I have the mask on his hand. He finally came with a specific mask grabbing hand. None of them do. As you can see, this black one here, I have it using the mask as well. And as you can see, it fell off because it's not the proper mask holding hand. See? So this is a problem. And then, see, this won't stay because it's too open for the mask. But you know, once you tweak it, if I want to put some blue tech in there, I will. See, you gotta like play with it for it to stay. But again, this is the very first time we actually got a hand that, you know, that keeps the mask on nice, you know, grabbed, right? And then this is for the other types of webbing. But again, guys, the figure, again, as always, you can't beat a Spider-Man body, the most articulatable bodies, by Hot Toys always. You can't go wrong with any Spider-Man figure. They're like, shout out to Joker J. He always says, even though to a regular person they may look all the same, they're all very different. They're all slightly different. And obviously, a fan of Spider-Man will always notice the difference and will always like collecting Spider-Man because obviously they are great, great characters. So as always, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.